Hey guys, Alex here. I recently decided to create my own YouTube channel and thought that this was the moment for me to start. I want to begin with telling you about what you can expect from this channel and show you a couple of my projects that I'm working on. To give a background about me, I have a business background, although I took repairing, fixing, and modding as a side hobby when my personal devices started acting up. I've always been fascinated with consoles in general, and I started modding my consoles around the PS2 era. When I was a kid, therefore I didn't have money to buy the games I wanted, so I just wanted another way of getting those games. But yeah, in today's modding market, let's say, you still have solutions for these kind of problems, although I have been working more on improving how the consoles work. Here we have a Game Boy Advance SP. This is an unmodified original console made by Nintendo. These consoles can still be found in the second-hand market quite often, although recently their prices started increasing due to high demand, since a lot of people started seeing the real value in having a console like this and the games that are on this particular generation. And I think this high demand makes it so that the custom and the refurbished versions of them are even more appealing, since it is very, very difficult and expensive to find a console like this without, all the scratches and the defects and the problems that it comes with, right? So what I tend to do with these consoles is to repair them if they're broken or have issues, of course. For example, this one has a problem with its shoulder button, where it works sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't. And the other one is perfectly fine. But what I would do in this case is I would just disassemble this. Therefore, we have the motherboard of the console here. This is how it looks like inside. And then I would basically just take the shoulder buttons out of the motherboard. So I would desolder them. And then I would just solder a new pair. And typically I solder a third-party part. These are the clicky shoulders. And the reason for that is because, honestly, they're just cheaper and they're quite reliable, from my experience at least. If you would like to hear how it sounds in comparison, I'm going to get these close to my microphone. So this is how the original one would sound like. And this is how the clicky one sounds like. Yeah, so I believe some people prefer the original feeling, while some prefer the clicky ones. I'm one of those that prefer the clicky ones, and I think they just make it so much better. Although, I guess it's a disclaimer here, I don't really play many games that require the shoulder buttons on the Game Boy. I play mostly with the face buttons, so these ones over here. But yeah, an example of a mod that I've done is this one. So this is a UV printed shell that I got. I can't really remember the place that I got it from, but it does not matter. And I got some black buttons, and I have replaced the lens on the display. So sort of making the console brand new for somebody to purchase, right? And I have also changed the battery so that it is not 600 milliamp hours anymore, and it is 950, so about 30% better than the original. These consoles basically are the original, like the Nintendo released console. It's the same thing. Like, these consoles are identical. The only difference in between them is that this one had a USB Type-C mod, so that you don't need to use this particular connector here to charge your console, but instead you use a USB Type-C. I mean, you can use your mobile phone cable or whatever else you have, right? And it also has clicky shoulder buttons for better feedback and such. So I would like to basically show within this channel how to do this if you want to do this yourself. And if you don't, I guess this could be a good place for me to advertise the products that I'm making. This is another one over here. So these are both, as you can see, Pokemon themed. My assumption is that most people that would play these kind of consoles would be playing with a oh, sorry, not playing with, playing Pokemon games potentially and such. I mean, this is how I get into the hobby. Therefore, this is what I imagine. This one actually has a sticker here, since I could not find a Charizard team one, but I was able to find this one. Yeah, this one has basically the same mods. I believe both of these. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, both of these consoles actually have the original display, but they are they're the superior version. So they're the 101 display, which means that basically they're backlit, and then they're brighter overall. Yeah. Some alternatives to these consoles are third-party consoles, so emulators basically. So we have Embernic RG35XX Plus. So I believe this is the 2024 version of the console. You can basically play the same games. I believe actually you can play the entire library of the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy, and so many more on this particular console. And it does feel pretty good size-wise and such. I mean, I guess this is not the best comparison, since this is a clamshell while this is just a slab, let's call it. Yeah, I might cover these two, but I'm not really sure. For legality purposes, I would not. I just started my channel, so I don't really want it to go down, if you know what I mean. But yeah, otherwise, I also have consoles such as the Nintendo Switch. This is my modern Nintendo Switch, so it has the everything that you would want, let's say. And everything is in here. I might be able to show how to do this, but maybe I would focus more on the hardware side of things rather than the software. So I can talk about how to solder, for example, a mod chip, and I can show this for educational purposes, right? But I can't really talk about how to, install your backed up games, etc., etc. But yeah, this is pretty much what I would be talking on in this channel, and what I will be doing mostly. I will be showing how to solder, desolder these components. As you can see, this one does not even have a charging port because I have taken it out previously so that I can put a new Type-C port in. So I would like to kind of show you guys how to do this my way, not necessarily I don't think that there is one correct way to do it. So yeah, stay tuned.